Ziyan successfully swallowed the original fruit of the Dragon Phoenix, thus being promoted to the Supreme Dragon Emperor. With just one sentence, the elite troops of the remaining 3 islands were shaken back. Ziyan, on the other hand, received the ancient armor of the Dragon Emperor given by Ziyan and completely transformed into a Xiaolong. Now, even if he stood still and let Judianzan punch him, Xiaoyan's brows did not wrinkle. Xiaoyan was refining the Dragon Phoenix crystal layer for Ziyan at a critical moment. But unexpectedly, Donglong Island at this moment was under joint siege by the elites of the other 3 islands. And the green boredom of Beilong Island, blocked by others, came to Xiaoyan smoothly. However, when he was about to kill Xiaoyan, Ziyan, who was in the giant tripod, woke up in time. If he hurts a hair, you will pay for it with your life. Hearing the cold cheers that sounded in his ears, Qing Tiao, who was at the peak of Dozuan, suddenly felt a fear from the depths of his soul. Under the coercion of this great royal bloodline, his face instantly turned pale. Then Qing Wei ran away without the slightest hesitation. But it was a purple-gold match emitted by Ziyan in the giant tripod, spitting blood into the hammer's mouth and flying out upside down. The sudden change here also caused the expressions of Xia Sha and others who were fighting He Qing around the crater to change drastically. But when they saw the petite figure in the giant tripod clearly, they suddenly had an urge to kneel down in the sky. The pure royal bloodline has completely awakened. I saw that what appeared in front of everyone at this moment was a noble woman in a purple and gold dress and robe. Today, Ziyan is no longer the little girl she was at the beginning, but has completely become a mature girl who loves the country and the city. Just when everyone was lost for Ziyan's noble aura, their gaze suddenly condensed on the pair of long purple gold wings behind Ziyan, and the sound of wind and thunder faintly came from the vibration of her wings. Seeing this situation, the excitement on He Qing's face was even greater, and after a while, he finally knelt down in the sky. The wings of the phoenix, the body of the ancient dragon, welcomed the Dragon Emperor. Following He Qing, the strong men of Donglong Island also knelt down one after another. As for the Qingwei and Xiaxia who were on the side, they were not like He Qing and the others. But the coercion from their bloodlines also made the 2 of them bow to Ziyan and said, "I have seen the Dragon Emperor, but after all, I am under the command of the Dragon Emperor. If I have time in the future, I will come to see the Dragon Emperor again." After that, the 2 of them retreated quickly. Seeing the bastards of these 2 people, He Qing just wanted to chase after them, but was stopped by Ziyan, who stepped out of the giant tripod. Immediately, his wings spread out, and he came to Xiaoyan in an instant. Looking at the latter's bloodshot eyes and almost stiff palms, Ziyan's eyes suddenly became moist. She naturally knew that thanks to Xiaoyan's sleepless refining during this time, all the dragon and phoenix crystal layers in his body had just been dissolved. Immediately, a rich purple gold light surged out of Ziyan's body, and then slowly wrapped Xiaoyan's body slowly. At this moment, the latter's bloodshot eyes finally closed slowly. After doing all this, Ziyan handed Xiaoyan over to He Qing and told the other party to take good care of him. As for the matter of Donglong Island, just leave it to him next. As He Qing and the others retreated, Ziyan's figure moved and appeared over Donglong Island. The purple gold light emitted from his body was also like rain and dew, pouring on every corner of Gulong Island. I saw that all the battle circles on the island stopped instantly at this moment. Everyone was full of disbelief and shock, because at this moment, they clearly noticed that the blood in their bodies was quietly slowing down. This is such a strong blood pressure. This kind of pressure even the 3 Dragon Kings have never had. At the same time, not far away, Man Yen, the commander-in-chief of the Nanlong Island Barbarian Army, was also shocked, because even at the semi-holy level, the dragon arms above his body began to degenerate rapidly under the purple and gold light. And in the blink of an eye, he once again became the appearance of an ordinary old man. An elder Candlely, who was beside Man Yen, suddenly burst into tears after seeing the shadow in the sky. It's really successful. The Taishu Gulong clan. Finally, a dragon emperor has appeared. At this moment, all the figures on Donglong Island knelt down respectfully. Even some other strong men with weaker strength in the Mishima, under the pressure of this terrifying coercion, fell to their knees abruptly. As for the two of Manyin and Xiao, although they did not bow down, they still bent down to the shadow in the sky. At this moment, the two of them already understood in their hearts that with the Dragon Emperor Ziyan sitting on Donglong Island, the remaining elite of the three islands no longer had the slightest combat power. After all, it is impossible for ordinary members of the ancient dragon clan to take action against the Dragon Emperor. And even with their strength, they did not dare to do such rebellious things for a while. Just as the two of them sighed, an angry voice slowly sounded from the sky. The commander of the three islands. Take people out of Donglong Island within 10 minutes. Hearing this, both Manyin and Xiao gave a wry smile. Immediately the former turned his head and looked at Zhili. Manyin said that Donglong Island's persistence might be right, but he also told Zhili and the others to be careful in the future, because it is impossible for the ambitious three dragon kings to let the Dragon Emperor easily dominate the ancient dragon clan. Having said that, the two of them flew away towards the void space outside Donglong Island, and the elites of the two islands behind them did not dare to hesitate at all, and followed closely behind. However, just as the strong of the Mishima had just rushed into the void, the voice carrying the vast dragon power sounded again. After going back, tell the three dragon kings that the Taiku Shulong clan has only had a dragon emperor since ancient times. There is no dragon king. The emperor will personally take back the trace of their royal blood. Hearing this, both of the Manyin people couldn't help but tremble, because they could feel from Ziyan's words that the new dragon emperor was really angry because of the arrogance and domineering actions of the three dragon kings. It seems that there will be a big change in the Taishu Gulong clan in the near future. A few days after the incident, Xiaoyan suddenly woke up from his sleep in a spacious room. However, when he saw the surroundings clearly, he was at a loss, because he clearly remembered that he should be refining the Dragon Phoenix crystal layer for Ziyan. Thinking of Ziyan, Xiaoyan stood up abruptly from the bed, only to see that the hard bed string clicked and was shaken into a piece of powder. Seeing this situation, Xiaoyan was taken aback for a moment, because at this moment he actually found that the power of his body seemed to have suddenly increased a lot, and there is still a faint purple gold color under his skin. Just as Xiaoyan was at a loss for the changes in his body, Elder Zhili and Hei Qing slowly pushed the door in. Little brother Xiaoyan, you can be regarded as waking up. Seeing this situation, Xiaoyan also hurriedly got up, hugged his fists at the two of them, and smiled. I have seen Elder Zhili. Little brother Xiaoyan, don't be so polite. You have a great kindness to my Taiku Shulong clan. We can't afford this gift. According to Zhangli, Ziyan had not completely absorbed the energy of the Dragon Phoenix's original fruit in her body. So after she appeared that day and defeated the offender, she went to retreat again. Hearing this, Xiaoyan nodded. He was a little disappointed in his heart. After all, he didn't see Ziyan, and he was always a little relieved. After thinking for a while, Xiaoyan suddenly hesitated and asked, there seems to be some change in me. Did Xiaoyan's little brother also find out? According to Zhili, this is because Ziyan injected a trace of the power of the Dragon Emperor into his body and activated the ancient dragon blood essence he took that day, resulting in Xiaoyan's current physical strength, which is not inferior to some warcraft of the Dozuan class. Moreover, the power of the Dragon Emperor is not as simple as Xiaoyan imagined. So Elder Candlely asked him to calm down and urged the power in his body to see what would happen. Hearing this, Xiaoyan nodded slightly after hesitating for a while. With the impetus of this energy, Xiaoyan suddenly discovered that except for his head, the rest of his body was covered by a layer of purple and gold dragon scales. And this is the defensive skill that the people of the Taishu Gulong clan have dragon scale clothing. However, Xiaoyan's kind is the highest level of dragon and phoenix ancient armor. Feeling the indestructible feeling that came from it, Xiaoyan's face was also full of shock. Because according to his speculation, with this so-called Dragon Emperor ancient armor, his defensive ability soared by 2 or 3 levels almost instantly. Now the attacks below the 6-star Dozuan are basically unable to hurt him at all. Even if he meets a strong man, such as the 9-star Dozuan, he will not suffer any too serious injuries after being blasted by him a few times. Moreover, this Dragon Emperor ancient armor is usually hidden under his skin, and it will appear as soon as Xiaoyan urges it, which can be said to be quite convenient to carry. After playing with this Dragon Emperor ancient armor for a while, he finally put away his mind. However, when Xiaoyan looked around for a week, he never found Qinglin's figure. It turned out that since the moment the two of them first entered Donglong Island, Elder Zhili had discovered that this little green-scaled girl had the soul of an ancient heavenly snake on her body. This kind of guy has always been cruel by nature. Although he has the green scales of the blue snake and the 3 flower pupils, he can control it in a short time. But with the gradual recovery of the 9-headed heavenly snake's ability, he will inevitably devour his master. Therefore, during the period when Xiaoyan was in a coma, Elder Zhili sent Qinglin to the tomb of Gulong to practice. With the extremely vigorous dragon aura there, it was enough to suppress the soul of the 9-headed heavenly snake. If Qinglin can smoothly absorb and refine it, his strength will inevitably advance by leaps and bounds. Hearing what Zhangli said, Xiaoyan nodded slightly. You know, it's just the green scale of the strength of the 1-star Dozuan. After using the soul of the ancient heavenly snake, it can compete with the power of the 6-star Dozuan. If it can be successfully refined, then its true strength will soar to 5-star Dozuan anyway. Thinking of this, Xiaoyan couldn't help but smile bitterly and shook his head, because the speed of improving his strength was far faster than he could absorb the strange fire. Since Qinglin is still in cultivation at the moment, it is naturally not good for him to leave alone. After Xiaoyan pondered for a while, he asked Zhangli if there was a place where thunder gathered in this Gulong Island. Because of his heavenly demon puppet, it was nearly scrapped by the people of Taimingzong before. Although Shanlei's power could completely repair it, that would be too troublesome. So Xiaoyan could only hit his idea on it, the place where the thunder gathers. In the void space near Donglong Island, there is indeed such a place. Hearing this, Xiaoyan suddenly looked surprised. The next day, Xiaoyan set off under the leadership of He Qing. I saw that what appeared in front of the two of them at this moment was a 1,000-foot thunder pool condensed by thunder. And this was the void thunder pool that Elder Zhangli said. It is said that the space here exudes an extremely weird suction power. So a lot of energy is condensed in chaos here, feeling the terrifying energy contained in it. Even the characters who are as strong as He Qing are quite frightened. In this regard, Xiaoyan smiled slightly, because he believed that with this thunder pool, not only could the wounds suffered by the heavenly demon Kuei be completely repaired, but even the remaining 10 earth demon Kuei could also use this to soar their strength rapidly. Thinking that there would be 11 super bodyguards of the Dozuan rank in his hands, Xiaoyan couldn't wait to say to He Qing, "Brother He Qing, I'm going in here. If something happens, I will send a signal. During this time, I will stay outside the thunder pool until you finish your cultivation. If you encounter any changes, send a signal as agreed in advance, and I will go in and save you right away." Then troubled brother He Qing. After that, Xiaoyan leaped into the void thunder pool under the package of a group of people. Because of the countless thunder power condensed in it, even he didn't dare to go deep. So Xiaoyan sat cross-legged after walking nearly 100 feet away, and immediately flicked his fingers. The 11 puppets, including Tianxi Yanqui, flashed out. Suddenly, the extremely terrifying power of thunder around him poured in frantically. Seeing this situation, Xiaoyan's eyes also flashed with ecstasy. I saw that under the washing of the power of thunder, the scars on Demon Kuei's body that day were slowly being repaired. According to his speculation, at this rate, it will be completely restored within half a month. As for the 10 Earth Demon puppets, I just don't know if they can be strengthened to the realm of Heaven Demon puppets. Thinking of this, Xiaoyan also began to close his eyes slowly and hurriedly entered the state of cultivation. After all, this thunder pool contains extremely violent pure energy. This kind of energy must not be easily absorbed by ordinary Dozuan. But for Xiaoyan, who has a different fire, is not dangerous, because after the refining of alien fire and burning determination, no matter how violent the energy is, it will obediently turn into docile vindictiveness and flow in its meridians. After half a month of continuous cultivation in this way, Xiaoyan faintly realized that he was about to break through to the 5-star Dozuan. Of course, this is just a feeling, but the real breakthrough did not follow closely, because during his cultivation, he had to terminate due to some changes in Tianxi Yanqui. I saw that although the latter, at this moment, became more and more powerful under the power of thunder, a crack was cracked on the body of Tianxi Yanqui. Obviously, because of the absorption of too much thunder power, his body has reached its limit. Because of the limitations of materials, it is impossible for this Demon Kuei to evolve all the time. In Xiaoyan's view, it is already incredible to be able to reach the power of the 5-star Dozuan today. After all, when he was refining him, the strength of the old demon ghost was only a 7-star Dozuan. In this regard, after Xiaoyan shook his head regretfully, he included it in the inner circle. Immediately, his gaze stopped on the 10 Demon Kuei. No matter what, let's upgrade these Earth Demon Kuei to Sky Demon Kuei first. After all, if these Earth Demon Kuei evolve into Sky Demon Kuei and then form in formation, he will definitely be able to make his own Sky Demon puppet, skyrocket in strength to the strength of a 7-star or even an 8-star Dozuan. At that time, even if he meets the 9 heavens again, he'll be able to compete with him by virtue of puppets. So at the moment, after Xiaoyan glanced at the 10 puppets, he entered the state of cultivation again. As more and more energy poured in, Xiaoyan's head also condensed into a huge thunder vortex with a foot of 100 feet. It was not until the 15th day of cultivation that it slowly dissipated. At this moment, Xiaoyan's eyes, which had been closed tightly, finally opened slowly, feeling the exponentially soaring power in his body. Xiaoyan's heart suddenly filled with joy. Are you 5-star Dozuan? According to Xiaoyan's speculation, if he is now using the 3 profound changes of Tianhua, he should be able to approach the strength of the 7-star Dozuan. With this kind of strength, coupled with the different fire and burning determination, he must be able to not be afraid, even if he is facing the 7-star Dozuan head-on. If he meets the 9 heavenly sovereign again, he and the puppet may be able to kill each other by joining forces. Thinking of this, Xiaoyan's eyes suddenly flickered fiercely. Immediately, he raised his head and looked at the 10 puppets around him, and there was a look of joy on his face at the moment, because now the bodies of the 10 Earth Demon puppets have been completely transformed into golden colors. That is to say, at this moment, they have all successfully promoted to become Heaven Demon ghosts. Seeing this scene, Xiaoyan couldn't help but laugh. Good things come in pairs. Today is really a good day. Having said that, he wanted to stand up and put away the 10 puppets to take a good look. However, at this moment, Xiaoyan's heart jumped suddenly, and immediately his gaze looked straight into the depths of the void thunder pool. Because just now, there was a sudden wave of terrifying. Just when he wanted to step forward and take a closer look, he saw an extremely embarrassed figure suddenly sprang out of the depths of the void thunder pool. And behind him, there were more than a dozen extremely stout, huge thunderbolts. Followed closely. Seeing this situation, Xiaoyan's scalp suddenly exploded with a buzzing sound. Because according to his speculation, with his strength, as long as he is contaminated by the thunder for half a point. I am afraid that he will be blasted on the spot, and there will be no scum left. Therefore, Yin hurriedly put away the puppet, then turned around and fled quickly outside Lei Qi. As for the embarrassed figure being chased by thunder, Yin didn't know him, nor did he want to know him. Although that guy doesn't look like a fuel-saving lamp, those dozen stout thunderbolts are not good stubble. At this moment, Yin used the speed of 3,000 thunder to the extreme and hurried for his life. But what made him secretly scream the most was that the figure behind him chased him straight. Obviously, that guy wanted to find a helper and join forces to resist the Black Thunder. Feeling the terrifying coercion from the rear, Yin couldn't help but burst into a foul language in his heart. Damn, I can't help you. But when Yin continued to bury his head and run wildly, an old man with white hair appeared beside him in an instant and said in a daze, I said, my friend, 5-star Dozuan, is there any mistake? Dare to come to the void thunder pool with this strength? Hearing this, Yin almost vomited blood with anger. After all, he originally practiced well here. But as a result, this person not only caused a lot of trouble, but now he still discriminates against his strength. Although this old guy is a bit of a different thing. No one has dared to break into the depths of the thunder pool, where even Yin did not dare to set foot. You don't have to think about it to know that this old guy must have something extraordinary. However, Yin was really not at all interested in where this embarrassed-looking expert came from, because he could clearly perceive that the thunder in the rear seemed to be getting closer and closer to him. In this situation, the embarrassed old man was naturally aware of it, and at the moment he screamed strangely, Is there a mistake? This shit is too fast. Forget it. Boy, the old man is one step ahead. Seeing this old bastard running, as he said, Yin was also a little stunned, but his speed did not slow down as a result. At the moment, Yin gritted his teeth, and with the double blessing of the heavenly demon phoenix bone wing and the 3,000 thunder, he finally gradually got rid of the dark thunder. After escaping from Lei Qi, Yin kept panting for breath, and his face was full of fear, because according to his speculation, there must be something terrible in the depths of the void thunder pool. Otherwise, the old guy just now would not be kicked up and down. However, as soon as Yin's voice fell, the embarrassed old man suddenly suspended in front of him and stared at him with staring eyes and said, With those things here, I also want to drive the old man up and down. If it weren't for the fear that it would cause riots in this thunder pool, the old man would have destroyed those things a long time ago. Seeing this sudden appearance of the old man, the corners of Yin's mouth twitched suddenly because of the opponent's terrifying strength. His curse that had just reached his mouth could only be swallowed alive. Immediately, Yin turned his conversation around and asked the other party what was in it. Everything is just a thunder monster with a little spiritual wisdom. Hearing this, Yin frowned slightly, but he was not too surprised. After all, the alien fire has survived for a long time, and it will also have its own spiritual wisdom. The thunder here has been condensed for countless years, and it is not surprising that some strange creatures have been born. However, when Yin glanced at the old man, his heart was full of shock, because according to his speculation, this person's strength is at least at the same semi-holy level as Yao Lao in Candlelight. You kid, I don't think your strength is good, but it's very fast. I originally wanted to help you, but I didn't expect you to escape by yourself. It's just a fluke. Having said that, Yin was secretly scolded in his heart. After all, who knows whether what this old guy said is true or false? According to the old man, the creatures in the depths of the thunder pool are condensed by the power of thunder and can be directly absorbed. If it is used for cultivation, it is a great tonic. So now he invited Yin to join forces and play again. Hearing this, Yin was so frightened that he shook his head quickly. It's better to know that the kind of black thunder can kill him with just one shot. I didn't know it before, but now that I know it, he won't set foot in it again. Besides, this old guy is unreliable at first glance. Seeing Yin shaking his head, The old man simply stopped forcing him and immediately said lazily, "But this meeting is fate. The old man's surname is Fate. If you want to come, you kid won't know the old man's name. Last name Mong?" After Xiaoyan thought about it carefully, he hadn't heard of this number one powerhouse. It seems that the real powerhouse of Zhongzhou is really quite low-key, seeing that the other party didn't know each other. The old man was even more peeing. Just when Xiaoyan was a little speechless, a burst of wind suddenly swept from a distance. "Little brother Xiaoyan, are you okay?" Seeing the figure coming quickly, the old man surnamed Chun was also slightly startled. However, he couldn't figure out why an ordinary human being would have something to do with the Taishu Gulong clan, and he didn't seem to want to see other people. So after the old man waved his hand at Xiaoyan, his figure turned and disappeared into the void space. "Little guy, the performance is good, but it's too bad for the old man. You have to work hard." Seeing the old man who disappeared so quickly, Xiaoyan was also helpless. After seeing Xiaoyan safe and sound, He Qing breathed a sigh of relief. Now that the cultivation has been completed, Xiaoyan and He Qing quickly left here together. And not long after the two of them left, the old man, surnamed Zhang, slowly appeared in the void again. It's just that at this moment, he was frowning slightly, looking at the place where Xiaoyan disappeared, and whispering softly, "Hey, the name Xiaoyan sounds familiar." After Xiaoyan and He Qing had just entered Donglong Island, the former noticed that there was a lot of powerful and vague aura in the island. Obviously, now that the Dragon Emperor has reappeared, some of the elders of Taiku Shulong, who had originally cultivated in the void, have also returned to Donglong Island again. It seems that as long as Ziyan comes out of the retreat completely in the future, I am afraid that she will have to start to unify the Gulong clan. At the same time, after seeing Xiaoyan's smooth return, Elder Na Zhili also looked happy. "Little brother Xiaoyan, you can be regarded as coming back. The Void Thunder Pool is too dangerous. I am worried that you will have some accidents in it." "Thank you, Elder Zhongli, for your thoughts." Just as Xiaoyan was talking with Zhongli, a Ziyan shadow suddenly flashed by, and this person was awestruck. He had successfully retreated from the tomb of the ancient dragon and broke through to the blue scales of the six-star Dozuan. According to Xiaoyan's speculation, with the current six-star strength of this little girl, coupled with the combat effectiveness of Bish Sanhuating, I am afraid that even the seven-star Dozuan has the power to fight. Moreover, the ability of the blue snake Sanhuating to seal the snake clan powerhouse must have been strengthened. Maybe now he is a snake clan Dozuan with a seal strength of 7 stars. Xiaoyan was also speechless for a while. It seemed that this blue snake Sanhua pupil really deserved to be the number one strange pupil in the world. The speed at which his strength skyrocketed was really terrifying. After pondering for a while, Xiaoyan asked Zhili about Ziyan's current situation. According to the latter, Ziyan has been in retreat for a long time this time, and even he is not very clear about when he will leave the customs. Hearing this, Xiaoyan nodded slightly. "If that's the case, then I'm afraid I can't stay for a long time. This time I've been out for too long. If I don't go back, the teacher might be worried." Seeing that Xiaoyan had plans to leave, Zhongli didn't stop him too much. After all, Donglong Island now has to be prepared for the attack of the 3 great dragon islands at any time. If Xiaoyan stays here all the time, it will not be very safe. As a result, Zhongli gave the opponent a space jade chain. He asked Xiaoyan to crush it if he had something to come to Donglong Island in the future, and the power of space in it would automatically form a space channel and teleport over. For this reason, after Xiaoyan took it over, he and Qinglin, under the leadership of He Qing, passed through the shuttle space and came to a mountain not far from Xingxua Pavilion. "Little brother Xiaoyan, because of the current situation in the clan, I have to go back quickly, so I'm afraid I won't be able to send you two to the Starfall Pavilion in person. Troubled brother He Qing, I don't have much to talk about, so let's say goodbye here." After that, as soon as his figure moved, he disappeared into the void space again. Seeing He Qing leaving, Xiao Yin and Qinglin also turned around and swept away in the direction of Ziyan. At the same time, Yao Lao, who was talking about things with Venerable Feng in the council hall at the moment, also looked at the entrance of the astral realm with some sense.